Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Say it!
It's funnier if I interrupt Angelus. If Angelus is like, hey, Tep, oh, hey, can't wait to, and I just be like, fuck you! That's funnier. So you don't have to just do it randomly, okay? Oh, what's up, Tep? Fuck you!
Raven, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Say hi, E-Tap. Wish you were here.
Hey, Tep, I wish you were here. But no, you're a scrub back in Michigan.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world? There's nothing to We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we see will defy explanation. If you wanna view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Wanna change the world?
The people's champion, Etep Wakuian. Watch out for the medallions. My diamonds are reckless. It feels like a midget is hanging from my necklace.
We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation.
It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D, Etep Wakuian from the Place to Be Reviews. Right back here with all of yous Wednesday night. Going Rogue. Rogue Entertainment presents. I am honored to be your host this evening. Ladies and gents, we have a wonderful show. My co-host with the most, Tony ToneDef, is here. We have a wonderful, wonderful pair of guests this evening. Let me toss it over to my man, my brother from another mother, Mr. Tony ToneDef of the Clown World Review.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded. Tony ToneDef rocking with you. We're going in Rogue, the Place to Be Reviews. What's up, everybody out there in the chat? E-Tap, everyone on the panel, it's a pleasure as always. I'm looking forward to a great show.
Hail, my brother. Thank you for joining us as always, sir, man. I appreciate you.
Hail, super fan.
Oh, super fan Adam Shawhan in the house. Tony's repping the Deaf Heads. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to our guests this evening. And we have a pair. They are broadcasting from the same undisclosed location, though, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give it over to first, Master of the TDS, joining us for the first time.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Thank you for joining us, sir. I appreciate it. I do appreciate you showing up this evening. Looking forward to it.
I appreciate the invite.
Oh, hey, we love to have new guests on the show. It keeps things fresh. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. And should I call her is she your, would you say your better half, much better half? How do you do you want to introduce your our next guest?
I feel like kind of either any of those could work, but
well, go ahead.
No, you can introduce her. It's fine.
All right. Our next
That
guest.
way she'll be mad at you.
Yeah, great. So I botch it and I get in trouble. I'm going to get yelled at. It's not like
Exactly.
I don't get yelled at
That
enough
way
as
I
it
can
is.
sleep in the bed and not on the couch. Thanks.
Our next guest, ladies and gentlemen, is the better half of Master of the TDS, the Writing Raven.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. We appreciate an evening of your time to hang out here with us and partake in our insanity, which usually it devolves into rather quickly. And there's my camera all blurry again. It looks like me after a couple Moscow mules. Anyway, we'll just go off camera. That's fine. That's fine. They don't need to see my ugly mug anyway. Let me acknowledge this wonderful chat, though. Superfan Adam Shaw, hand up in the house. Keely Chow. I got to go on camera to give Keely Chow his props because he's the fan of Menace Ultron. And what, Keely Chow? There are no strings on me. There you go. I gave it to you like that, Keely Chow. Nana Reaper's up in the house. He says, let's go, Brandon.
Woo!
There we go. I'll give it back. Let's go, Brandon. There we go. He's was Georgia stomping everybody this year. Alabama, you're done. I don't watch football anymore. I gave up. I watch them all. I watch my Buckeyes every now and then. The Ohio State University, which is odd because I live in Michigan, and I can't stand the University of Michigan. Who else is in the chat here though? Let's see. Lola Meets is in the chat. What's up? Nelson the Gentleman says I'm not here. Frankenstein. What
Hey,
is
Frankenstein.
what is going on? What is going on? Welcome. We have for you. We're gonna start out though. Why don't you guys? I wanna give it over to TDS and Writing Raven. Tell us about Gothic Therapy a little bit before we get into our start the regularly scheduled programming.
All right. Well, I'll take it from here, I guess. Gothic Therapy was kind of an idea we had. The fact is that we're a very unique couple in a sense where, I mean, if you saw us together, we're two very different characters, but we kind of are two halves of the same whole. And I'm a therapist; she's a goth. So of course, I just took the two and combined the names together. Voila, Gothic Therapy. And we kind of do a therapy kind of like segment called Psychosynopsis because we don't have enough time to do a bunch of different videos like everybody does. So we figured, there are some people out there just like us who work all day. Maybe they have time for one or two videos. Maybe they have to get to sleep. Maybe they don't have time to get to stuff. Okay, but they want to know about what goes on in the week. So we have Psychosynopsis, where we summarize all the psycho for you. In other words, we go through kind of the top stories from the week, and we use that in a way that kind of an explanationary matter. We go through all of them and we discuss them, and then at the end we diagnose the week. And lately we've introduced a new feature where we also add a remedy at the end of the week, where we refer to someone else's channel and tell them to say that Gothic Therapy referred them. So that's kind of our thing.
I like it. I like it. I watched it was one of your last videos. I had time, so I was like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch because I wanted to get a feel for your style and everything before you came on. So
Thank you.
I like it. I'm subscribed. I enjoy it, and that's the thing is like I feel bad because like anybody that I interact with, I will always give them a subscription, always. And it's like I want to be able to have time to consume everybody's content, and there just aren't enough hours in the day with producing. And I, like I said, I basically retired, but I still work at my son's school part-time. I substitute teach, and I go in and I volunteer when I'm not teaching. So, and then I have videos on top of videos to do. I'm 7 movies behind right now. It's October 13th, and I've got to get those done by the 31st. Plus I have, Batwoman's on tonight.
It is?
Oh,
Batman
yes.
Returns.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. There's going to be an as review.
Oh, I love reviewing those. That's the bread and butter on my channel is the Batwoman reviews. So people I'm masochistic, so people love to see me suffer. They know I enjoy it. And I'm just like, yeah, I am. I'm like, you know what, Batwoman here. I'm like, CW, just take the cuffs to the key, throw them out, take the keys to the cuffs, throw them out the window, and forget the safe word. Let's do this. Hurt me, hurt me. And for what I've done 70 Batwoman videos. I started out as a Star Wars channel, Star Wars and Marvel, and 70 Batwoman videos later, that's like it's live streams and Batwoman. That's all anybody cares about is like it's like I do something like, okay, I'll talk about something I enjoy, and nobody cares. They're like, we don't care. We want to see you suffer and be angry. I'm like, oh well, I have a lot of that pent up inside me. So professional wrestling used to help me be my outlet for that. And I don't get to hit people in the head with steel chairs anymore. So I'm just going to shout a lot at my webcam. That's that's basically it. And she ran away. She's like, I'm out. I'm done.
No,
like,
I think she accidentally hit the wrong setting.
She's going to watch Batwoman. Let's go watch Batwoman.
Is that background noise you or me?
That is not me.
Don't think it's me either.
That might be me. I don't know.
All right.
Okay, what happened there, honey?
I tried to edit my avatar to get rid of those little white lines, and I ended up leaving the stream.
You just go to the side where it has the 3 dots and you click
I
edit.
did,
audio.
and it said log in or sign up.
Okay, so
I'm gonna have to deal with that another time.
It's fine. It's not that bad.
Nelson says, "What does Keely chow on?" Keely's like, I've never heard that one before. It's like me with the Pete and repeat jokes. You know, for those of you playing, keeping score at home, if you haven't guessed, like E-tap backwards. I mean, you know, come on, you know, the thing up here. Sometimes it's for something else other than the hat rack. You know, I had somebody who thought I was Egyptian. I'm like, really? Okay. E-tap Wakuyan, Hotep. All right, I got it. I'm like, okay, you're totally off base, but please try again. You know, let's play what ethnicity am I again? And then
they could have thought you were sorry, or
No,
they could have thought you were an elder god.
well, that is I'm not that I'm not that eld.
Nyarlathotep?
I am not that eld. That's a necessary roughness joke. If anybody remembers that movie, that's showing my age right there, making a necessary roughness reference. Like anybody's like, yeah, like we watched a movie of Sinbad. Come on, for those of you playing at home, Kathy Ireland was in it. All right, so and she was actually good. She was the kicker. That was progressive, a female college football player back in 1992. That's progressive, ladies and gentlemen. And they said nothing good happened before 2016. Yeah, let's throw Ghostbusters out the window. But what we're going to do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is our normal Wednesday night Kickstarter for the show. 9 times out of 10, we end up in Florida. Tonight is no exception. It's time for Holy Shit News.
Holy shit!
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't know. Were you thinking, holy shit, a swordfish almost went through my head?
Holy shit! Holy shit!
And all the assholes want us to shit all over everything.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
See, Nano Reaper already called me out. He said, I don't have enough tentacles to be an elder god.
we know someone who does.
I do not. What did whoa, your name is Pebbly? Yes, my sketchbook, it is. It is. Bam bam. Anyway, so holy shit news, of course, we have to start out the evening down in our favorite destination, Florida, Brevard County Sheriff's Office to be exact. And this guy just fits with the whole holy shit news. I mean, Tony, does this look like Mad Mardigan in like the meth timeline?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send him this. I'm gonna send Mad Mardigan this and be like, this is Meth Mardigan from the meth timeline.
Yeah.
It definitely looks like someone on meth.
That's methed up. That's methed up. Let's see. JM 2021. Hey everyone. Hail JM 2021. It's been a minute since we've seen your name in the chat. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back. Welcome back. We appreciate you. Let's check this out, though. Booking image. Yeah, that's a Central Florida man carrying a sword was arrested Thursday after setting fire along a Brevard County road, according to a report by WFLA. Scott Taylor of Titusville was arrested and faces charges of intentional and reckless burning of lands and felony criminal mischief, according to Brevard County Sheriff's Office records. And I have to give a shout out to my friend and Florida man, Commander Cody from Pursuing Paranormal, for sending this story to me. He knows we do a lot of Florida stories on Wednesday night, so thank you, Cody. We love you, bro. Deputies arrived at 2:12 a.m. at Craig Avenue in Titusville, where 4-foot flames were lit along the roadway, the report showed. Deputies found Taylor by the flames holding a sword and a bottle of Captain Morgan's rum. With a knife strapped to his belt, Taylor was unable to give deputies an answer why he started the fire, but chugged the rum bottle during, that could be read 2 different ways, like, but chugged the rum bottle during the interview, or he butt chugged the rum bottle. You know what I mean? It's just, it's open to interpretation, I think. But judging by this guy, I mean, I could see him doing that. I mean, this dude is obviously not afraid to put anything in his body. Let's just be honest. Look at him. I mean, you don't get teeth like that by brushing and flossing regularly. That's terrifying. Authorities arrested him after he dropped the sword and knife while at the holding cell. Taylor intentionally broke a fire sprinkler head and caused the cell and booking room to flood. He was later taken to Brevard County Jail. So Scott Taylor, not to be confused with Scotty Too Hottie from WWF. Tony, what do you think? What do you think, man?
I think this guy's parents failed him at some point down the line. Like didn't teach him, when you are in the book, when you're in the process of being arrested, maybe not break the fucking firehead sprinkler and things might go a little smoother. But man, when you're on that old dusty meth trail, anything can happen, I guess.
It's this guy, 3 things I could prescribe to him would be rehab, mouthwash, and a job application. But, I just don't think any of those things are really going to help him at this stage.
At least he's not in John Gruden's position. So.
Oh, poor Michelin. They can't catch a break. They make bad tires. John Gruden. At least the Chucky show was good. I mean, John Gruden's got that going for him, right? His show was good. He's out of a job. See, Nelson gets it. He didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Thank you for the Billy Joel ref. Thank you. Somebody out there. I love it, Nelson. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he just used it to melt down the powder in his glass stick. So good for you, brother.
Right. This guy is definitely mission oriented.
Someone called Demi Lovato, like these two.
I was gonna say that's a hotter take. That's a hotter take than the spoon next to Demi's bed. I mean,
did you see what she said earlier?
Aliens.
Aliens.
It's racist or it's oppressive or something. I'm like,
well, I call them ET.
Right.
Like, number one, you didn't call them that.
The movie E.T. did.
Yeah, I believe that was it Steven Spielberg?
Yeah. It stands for extraterrestrial.
Yeah, thanks.
It's easier to just say alien.
But that's so offensive.
Wouldn't that be like? I'm trying to think of like some stereotype from a movie, like, oh, I don't call this certain subset of people this. I call them this that I got from a movie. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't seem like it's much more progressive than just calling them fucking aliens.
Right?
Honey, what do you think? You're the therapist.
Yeah.
I just think, honestly, that here's what this is. Pure and simple. She does not have a job anymore. She has to find something to make herself relevant, quote unquote. And so she basically finds, oh, look, people like this. Oh, look, people like that. And then she goes and finds something to get offended about. And then usually she does something about it. It gets a little noticed. Then she gets backlash. And then she goes and hides again and rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Almost recidivist behavior.
Yep.
It's,
exactly.
That is, I have, I'm not a therapist. I play one on TV. But no, I took, for my corrections and criminal justice degree, I was required to take a lot of psychology. And that's just classic recidivism. It is. It's just like, what are you doing to me? What are you doing? Is it Demi? I don't know. I get the Demi and the Demi confused.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't think it matters.
I'm sorry. Like, she'll change her name tomorrow for some reason. Who knows? Who cares at this point?
I don't know. Did she purposely try to make herself look like a potato? I don't know what it was.
I think she did it because she's decided that she changed her sexuality or came out as something. I don't know.
It was like pansexual or something like that.
I briefly saw something about it, and then I'm like, okay, I don't care.
My sketchbook 340 says, "Don't try to therapize her truth."
I can't because it's not truth.
If they're sitting on your face for a bag of heroin, that's not pansexual, Demi. That's just being a drug addict.
Right.
And insane.
Oh, I think we're well past the legal definition of insanity with her. I mean, yeah.
I don't know what she is, but she needs help.
Definitely. Yeah.
She's a Disney starlet.
Who's
like
helping
rest
her?
of 'em.
Who's
yeah,
helping her?
she's on the same names as Miley Cyrus. She's
Oh.
totally fine, not at all messed up at all.
Yeah, she's got a really nice plastic cock too.
Britney
Seen it a
Spears.
few times. Yeah.
Britney Spears. I look at them and I'm just like,
why are you the way that you are? I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
I can't help it. You know, it's like I shouldn't let it bother me, but it's just like I'm like, just why? Like why? You used to be normal. Like you
Miley
that's
went off the deep end.
yeah.
And
Well,
it's because there's only a certain amount of stupid that we sane people can take.
Yeah.
It's actually funny enough. It's actually we diagnosed it as something not that long ago on our channel. We diagnosed it as, I think, was it functional stupidity?
Yes.
It was that they're able to function and do things, but they're still stupid.
It's not an actual diagnosis.
it's not clinical.
It was
No,
rejected. It was rejected as a diagnosis.
It should be accepted, considering all the things that they shoehorn into the DSM.
God, don't get me started.
Oh, my
I'm
wife's.
surprised there isn't a DSM-6 yet.
They're working on it.
I was gonna say that's got to be coming out. My wife's master's is in cognitive behavioral therapy, so that's why she married me. She was like, at the time, she was like, "You're pretty, and I can fix you." And here we are, almost 12 years later, and I'm even more insane than I ever was. So yeah, Nano Reaper said it right. Demi is the one person in Hollywood who should have kept doing drugs. No, I don't
know about the one person.
Well, yeah, there's more than one. Let's be honest.
Absolutely.
Well, she decides to open her mouth, so maybe she should just put drugs in it and shut up.
Yep, just stay strung out, Demi, and we'll all be much better off. Here we are, number 2. Trail camera caught man's illicit horseplay. Felony charges filed for series of late night barn incursions.
Love is love.
Oh yeah, this guy definitely looks like he's out trying to bang Mr. Ed.
I don't know.
Are we talking about pony play or bestiality?
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Or it's kind of both.
I was gonna say, wouldn't this be considered both?
Either way, all I have to say about this is nay. No.
And also, he's going to refer them to somebody else.
No, that would involve me having to care, and I don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't want to treat these people.
I get paid to deal with crazy.
I mean, did he at least get to finish, or was he arrested for no reason?
Well, let's find out.
He tried to hoof it, but he couldn't do it.
Oh, this guy, yeah, he's this is a different kind of guy. Suspecting that someone had entered a barn on her property without permission, a Florida woman set up a trail cam that subsequently recorded a laborer having repeated sexual contact with a horse housed in the structure, police report. Homeowner Catherine Engel told police that last month she installed a trail camera inside the 4-stall Vero Beach barn where her horses are kept after discovering ligature marks around one horse's neck. So the guy's playing Carradine with the horse? All right. She also recalled finding bungee cords and ropes around the neck of a miniature horse, even though she never placed any on it. The camera, cops say, captured Santiago Victoria, 57, during entering the barn late at night and invading a stall occupied by a horse named Mariah. It was just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. During 3 separate encounters, Victoria gets behind the horse in a sexual manner, according to an arrest affidavit. Oh, no. How did he not get kicked is my question.
Why did she put a camera and not think, maybe I should lock this?
Right?
Why didn't she come out with a shotgun? Whatever happened to good old-fashioned shotguns? Get off my lawn!
Oh, yes. This guy would have, yeah.
I mean, that's what I would have done if I had a shotgun.
Unfortunately, in this day and age, yeah, they'd be playing him up as the victim. So.
He would be the victim. All he was trying to do was sleep with that horse. It was love is love.
But what about the horse?
Yeah, the horse was non-consensual in this, so...
Exactly! The horse can't say yes. It doesn't speak English.
Didn't kick him.
if the horse does not kick, you got
It should have made him a eunuch.
if the horse does not kick, it wanted the dick. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I think the horse would have preferred a carrot on a stick, not what it did get.
Oh.
It's implying the guy had anything to begin with.
Well, he had
Besides
something.
blue balls when he was in that holding tank, like you don't want to go to jail in that condition.
Can
Especially when they ask you to bend over and cough.
Wait, Clone Geek says don't tell Dion. I am gonna fucking send this story to Dion so they can talk about it on the show tomorrow night. I'm gonna super chat this and I'm gonna send this to Dion from WCBS tomorrow night. And yeah, he'll freak out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Photoshop Lena Dunham's head on the horse though.
I mean, this might be what finally opens his closed mind to horses, you know?
Right?
It's a bridge builder.
That's what we're doing. We're building bridges here, establishing things. We're building bridges. We're pioneers.
Those horses in vain.
We're pioneers, Tony.
Yeah, well, something good can come out of this.
Well, nothing good went in it, so something good's got to come out of it. When Jesus help me.
Maybe that thing that you shared, that man bear pig thing, or that Vinny shared the other day, maybe that'll be the good thing to come out of all this.
Did you guys see the man bear pig that was created in a lab? It was half man, half bear, half pig.
Unfortunately saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sad.
That's nightmare fuel. That's nightmare fuel.
That's sad.
On Twitter, what isn't nightmare fuel? That's a better
Good
question.
point. Or
Like
TikTok.
imagine being the only thing of your species alive and you were created just so they can fucking experiment on you and cut you out. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. That's where the lines between, science and playing God are they're pretty blurred there. It's because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. Yeah, I could have taken over my
occupied with what you could. You didn't stop and think if you should.
Exactly. I could take over my town like a freaking African warlord if I wanted to. There's only 7,000 people here. I could build a small army in like 2 days and take over. But do I? No.
Viking raid.
Right? It'd be like I don't know. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones lately, so I'm like taking battle. I have to watch the series finale, and you know what? It's the 8th season. Everybody was right. It's disappointing, but I'm going to read the books next, so I'm preparing to be even more disappointed because I'm going to read the book series.
My friend tried to read the books, and it was just too much information. There was more politics and backstory for every individual character than there was actual plot, she told me.
See, but I like that kind of stuff though, because like because I have like an outline for. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do like a novel or like a comic with it, kind of like a science fiction type thing. And it's like I built the entire worlds and like set up like the laws and rules of the worlds and everything before I haven't even started character designs yet. Like I know what they are, but I haven't like put it down yet. You know what I mean? So it's like I love like the world building aspect of it.
Oh yeah, world building is the best.
It is
but
fun.
Naming characters is the hardest.
Oh, I had trouble. I had to use like a name generator to come up with like my planets and everything. It's like I can't do that. Like I can design everything from top to bottom in my head and type it out. But I cannot.
I am the same. I am the same. It is hard.
You asked me to come up with a name, and I'm just gonna sit there and stare blankly, like Carl and Sling Blade. Back, y'all got any biscuits with mustard on them back there?
I can, for some reason, do names with just looking at things.
So sometimes I'll ask him to name things for me if I need.
And then she'll get mad and say it's not a good name, and then she'll decide later on that it is a good name, and then it was good the whole time, and then I'm always right about it.
And in our marriage, he is the one who is always right.
Do you just let him think that, or
no? It's true.
Okay, and you're admitting that we have that on record now. Mm-hmm. Timestamp that 3817.
I admit it freely. The wife is not always right in our marriage.
Yeah. See, breaking gender stereotypes right here on screen.
Woo! You're welcome, humans.
See.
Being diverse and inclusive. Ooh.
The little thing. It's the little things. It's the little things we do to help here. Let's see. So when cops Friday he just got arrested yesterday. Confronted Victoria this story just dropped yesterday. Confronted Victoria at his residence. He reportedly admitted to having sexual intercourse with the horse, but could not remember how many times. Investigators say Victoria also acknowledged he did not have permission to be inside the barn. You don't say.
Really?
It's called trespassing.
Right. Seen above, Victoria was arrested on 3 felony burglary charges. He was booked in the county jail where he's being held in lieu of $75,000 bond. He has previously been convicted of DUI and violating probation, is scheduled for arraignment November 29th. A judge ordered Victoria to stay away from Engel's 5-acre property.
The good news is he wasn't driving drunk again.
Right? We at least he wasn't doing that. So here's to you. Here's to you, horse effer.
Okay, so here's the question though.
Yes.
I'm a little upset because you didn't include if you're doing this kind of news, you didn't include the craziest, weirdest thing I'd seen on Twitter yesterday.
What was that?
Well, it was yesterday, the day before. It was fart rape.
Oh,
did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Just when every time you think they can't possibly get any dumber, they get dumber.
And they go and do something like this and totally redeem themselves.
Is that like the real sharp ones that kind of hurt when you
No, it's that if the man farts, it's louder, so it's asserting dominance, which supports rape culture.
So what's a Dutch oven?
Who freaking knows and who freaking cares?
I go on Twitter to remind myself that I'm so happy to be dealing with OCD clients. I'm so happy. I'd rather take that every day, 5 of them a day, than have to deal with any of these weirdos.
That's like I said earlier on your post. I said, Twitter's it's just a wretched hive of scum and villainy. That's basically what it is. You have your diamonds in the rough every now and then, obviously, but a lot of it is just polished turds just shouting into the shit abyss and waiting for the shit abyss to yell back. It's quite fun. Nano Reaper says in Texas we have a solution for horse rapists. We call it a tree and a rope.
Yes.
Yep. I agree, Nano.
It's racist, Nano Reaper.
Did he also get charged with trespassing inside the horse?
Ooh.
Mr. Bug, TDS farming clients on Twitter.
Haha, no.
Yeah, that's the thing is like you don't want the people on Twitter to really know where you're at. That's the caveat to the whole situation.
Even that is all. Well, I do help out in the community when I can, but most people on there are beyond my help. And the ones that I normally interact with, which are usually people who are mad at me, I just tell them to insult me better, and they get really annoyed.
Yep.
And then block you after you show them the bingo card.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh yes.
I love that.
Yep. Mine is when somebody tells me to they're just like, if I say something, if I state an opinion and it's something that they disagree with, but they can't form a coherent counterpoint to my point, they just say cope or stay mad. I'm like,
seethe, cope.
That is like my 6-year-old would give that kind of response. You know what I mean? It's just
I got tired of it, so I made a bingo where it literally has all these things. And I had someone literally, I think it was either yesterday or the day, or no, early this morning, on one of Ryan's posts. He was saying how, you're homophobic, and I'm like, bingo, and he goes, I didn't know that you had bigots had whatever. I'm like, bigot comment. Yep, there it is. Yep. Bingo, and then he blocked me. That was it.
That is their that's their whole MO is they want to insult you and then block. It's like because they or they quote tweet. That's the thing. That's a lot. A lot of quote tweets I get are people who are just like, look at this racist, look at this incel. I'm like, well, I'm married and I have a kid, so I'm not an incel,
I love that. I love when people are. I also got on a comment once it's like similar to a comment I got on a video, also one of our past videos. It's like, whiny man child. And I'm like, you did watch the first 5 seconds of the video where I say, I'm joined by my lovely wife. So it's 2 people. So who you calling the man child? Because that's misgendering.
And then he deleted the comment.
They deleted the comment. They deleted the comment before they thought I would see it. But when I get notifications on email, it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Wahaha.
That's the thing of beauty. The internet never forgets. It never forgets.
Nope.
Here we go. Our third and final holy shit news story, and we are under an hour tonight for this segment. All right, not bad. Police Wendy's manager doused patron with oil. Victim suffered burns in drive-through dispute. October 8th, a drive-through dispute at a Wendy's in Tennessee, not Florida, turned felonious when a restaurant manager doused a customer with hot oil, leaving the victim with burns and extensive blistering. I wonder if the victim's name was Karen.
Me too.
Probably.
I was
Karen.
just thinking that if they deserved it, they probably did.
They met their match. No, unfortunately, the victim's name. Oh wait, we have.
No, if they didn't meet their match, otherwise the oil would have caught fire. But
If only.
Well played indeed.
If only.
Damaris Pritchett.
Must be Canadian.
It's DeMaurice, eh? It's Pritchett. It's DeMaurice Pritchett. DeMaurice Pritchett, a 21-year-old Canadian shift manager, is facing an aggravated assault charge following a confrontation Tuesday at a Wendy's in Huntington, a town about 115 miles west of Nashville. So there's nothing closer than Nashville. This guy's Canadian, absolutely.
So Tim Hortons, not a Wendy's.
Actually, it kind of looks like a Tim Hortons outfit, the red. Isn't that what they? I think they wear the red at Hortons. Is detailed. He's from Saskatoon. This isn't Tennessee. He's from Saskatoon, eh? Is detailed in a criminal complaint. Pritchett was involved in a verbal altercation with the customer Xavion Johnson. Okay, maybe it's not Canada. Over food obtained in the Wendy's drive-thru. Cops say contended the items he received were cold, because that's always a proportionate response.
I ain't cold no more. Throw a little grease on them bitches, and
he said,
especially if the oil was hot.
And Tina said, Ike hit me again, and this time put some stank on it. And Ike was like, no, I'll just throw hot oil. Police review of the store surveillance footage showed that while Pritchett was conducting a cash refund, he returned to the restaurant's kitchen to obtain a hot oil in a metal pan. Jesus. The scalding oil apparently was taken from a deep fryer. Oof. Upon returning to the drive-thru window, Pritchett doused Mr. Johnson with the hot oil, according to an affidavit sworn by Ethan Parham, Huntington Police Department officer. Johnson, 23, was treated at the local hospital for burns on his left side and arm, which showed obvious extensive blistering. During police questioning, Pritchett, I'm going to stick to it that he's Canadian, reportedly admitted to throwing the scalding oil on Johnson. Yeah, I killed him, and I hope he burns in hell. Like, Jesus.
The craziest part is this guy was burning down a Wendy's just last summer, and now he's managing it.
Oh yeah, wasn't there? I think there was a video of a Karen literally waiting outside of a Wendy's or a McDonald's while the shop was actually on fire and people were evacuating because she wanted a damn refund.
Oh,
I want a refund. The place is smoking it on fire. Everybody, get out of there! No, I want my refund.
I get my refund.
Get your spicy nuggets and get the fuck out of here.
People are insane. I don't understand it.
Keely Chow says Rorschach would be proud of him. Demaris joins my first felony club. Rookie Critics is where my fries at. What's up, Rookie Critic? Hail, brother.
Hail, Rookie Critic.
Hail, my man. So let's see here. During the questioning, he admitted to throwing the oil on Johnson. The Wendy's employee cops say noted that Johnson had been harassing him over the course of several weeks about dogs. The nature of this purported canine conflict is not further addressed in the complaint. Pritchett, seen above, was arrested Wednesday and booked into the Carroll County Jail on the felony rap. He was subsequently released after posting $5,000 bail. I think the repeated harassment for the dogs was Johnson just kept asking him, where my dog's at. We right here, dog. Where my dog's
talking
at.
About hot dogs or probably hot dogs if it's a Wendy's.
Michael Vick's nephew.
It's the summer love, baby. Why not? Why not? Right? Hey, he paid his debt to society, Tony. He paid his debt to society. But actually, no, my family owns pit bulls. We never forget, motherfucker. We never forget. And one of our dogs was a former bait dog that was rescued from a dog fighting ring. So yeah,
Pitties are actually very friendly.
They are amazing canines. My son they've had this Roxy's her name. She's a blue pit, and my son has been around this dog since he was a baby, and like literally he can just basically stick his hand in her mouth and she just will lick him to death. I mean, that's the only thing this puppy does. She's a wonderful, wonderful dog, and my brother-in-law's got one there. They're great dogs. It's the owners that are the problem, not the dogs. People,
True.
You got to remember that. Let me give a shout out to this chat though. Red Gaze is in the house. What's up, sir? Hail, Red Gaze. He says he wants a refund. You don't get a refund. You're the assistant regional manager here, Red. So you need you've got to do the paperwork.
He is the assistant regional manager. Like, bro, why were the deep fryers still on?
Right?
This is on your watch, bro.
I know.
It could have been that they were off and the oil was still hot. Who knows? Who cares?
Where my wiener dogs at?
Point is, it happened, so we should all be
Pointing and laughing.
grateful. Yeah.
Hey, Gigi Crochet, hail.
Hi, Kiki.
Hail, welcome. I like seeing new names in the chat. Be sure to smack that like button. Yeah, thank you. Oh, hey, look who it is. Orville Nation, my man
Orville
PJ.
Nation.
What's
Hey.
going on? Yes. Can we please stop to recognize greatness? Game recognized game. William Shatner has been to space. Captain Kirk has finally reached the final frontier. I do. I love and PJ. This is an homage to you, sir. That's why I got that. I started using this as a tip of the cap to you, sir. So yeah, and I cannot wait for season 3 of the Orville. That's going to be March of 2022.
He went to space, but it was in an Amazon cock, like one of Dr. Evil's. Yeah,
but he still went to space.
He went to space, man. There's Gothic Therapy's link right there. You can subscribe to them. It is in the chat. Please subscribe. There's Tony's channel. Subscribe to Tony. If you're not subscribed to me, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. You're missing out on things. I'm insane, and I upload videos way too much. I review horrible things as well as good things. Tomorrow's Thursday, Batwoman Day. That'll be out by Friday. And then Friday night, I'm going to watch that Dumpster Fire Halloween Kills. And if you want to see how much I hate the new Halloween franchise, go watch my Halloween 2018 review where I reviewed the entire movie as Cleveland Brown. I did it in character for 31 minutes. So yeah, check that out as well. There's a bunch of Cleveland Brown reviews up there, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm culturally appropriate in this voice, frankly, and I have done this voice for somebody on PJ Stream who his name happens to be Jay Lee. He plays John Lamar on the Orville. Super nice guy. I impressed him by going in and out of all my different Family Guy voices, and even Joe Swanson. Peter, it's great I can do this. So yeah, check it out. I can do fun things, and I'm insane. So yeah. And PJ says, yes, it was a Dr. Evil cockship. You are right. You are right.
Mm-hmm.
You are right. Halloween smells. That's about it. Unlocking lore after we get sub. Thank you for the subscription, man. We're pushing. We're trying to hit that 1,000 mark before the end of the year. It's not going to happen, but goals, baby, goals. We've got the watch hours. We just need the numbers now, and it's not about monetization. It's not. It's me wanting to get there to say I did it because everybody's, people were like, what are you doing? You're never going to get anywhere. And in a year, went over and doubled my subs because consistency, baby, consistency and commitment.
It's just when you go into space, it changes your DNA. So if you're going in a big metal penis, it's got to change your orientation. Look at Lando.
Oh,
well,
dear.
now, okay. So what is going on with Lando? And so the Millennium Falcon, before we get into this next topic, the Millennium Falcon is now L337's consciousness, right?
Nope.
My husband has his own little headcanon about that, if you want to hear.
When Ray
I do.
bypassed the in the thing, she ripped the piece out.
Okay.
That was literally the last piece. It was like, I bypassed it. Rip.
And that was the consciousness of the robot.
Bye-bye.
I'm good with that because I can't deal with that. And it's nothing against Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley is a lovely woman. She's kind and warm and funny, and she cusses like a sailor, and I absolutely love that, especially with her accent. She's fun though. I've seen her interviews. Like she seems like a fun person. But
But she
The
was
char-
given a crap character.
The character's horrible. Then we could pay you to dance, monkey. My sketchbook, if I ever get to super chats and somebody wants me, I'll crip walk across the damn room. I don't care. Yes, Lando does screw toasters, Nano Reaper. He does. That's his MO. I actually didn't hate the 2018 Halloween. I just hate they cut the continuity after 1. They should have taken it up to 4. Halloween 4 is my favorite Halloween movie. Fight me. I love that one. I do. I love that. It is, yeah, Halloween 4 is great. Not to say that 1 and 2 aren't, because they're amazing, but 4 was, it introduced Daniel Harris. I'm not going to go off on that topic. We were talking about Star Wars for a minute here. I want to share this real quick because we talked about this the other night, and it's still out there. And poor Mace Windu.
Poor Samuel L. Jackson.
Poor Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, it's like, hey, how about
they made him a monkey?
He looks terrible.
He does. It does look like a monkey. Parrot Head says, E-Tep, just keep your shirt on. I will not take my shirt off on camera until I'm back into fighting shape. And even then, I'd still be like, why would I do that? Even if I am in fighting shape. I don't have that kind of channel anymore, ladies and gents. No, Mace Windu looks terrible here. This is like Cro-Magnon level. Just horrible. Just horrible. What's up, Collector Express? Hail, sir. Welcome. Yeah, this is terrible. This is terrible. Wait, what did Nelson? I have a request. Can you do an impression of Cleveland talking to Buffalo Jeff with Tony ToneDef? Tony, can you do the Buffalo Jeff voice?
I don't know. Like, I can't. I'm not. I can't do impressions.
Hang on. I gotta go with the avatar while I'm queuing this up. Where's it at? Here it is. Here it is, right here. All right, turn the camera off, dumbass. There.
Man, it's me, Cleveland Brown. I was supposed to interview Buffalo Jeff. You know, if you want me to interview Buffalo Jeff, Nelson the Gentleman, just tell me, hey, why don't you have Jeff from World Class Bullshitters on so Cleveland can talk to Buffalo Jeff? And I'll just text Jeff and I'll be like, Jeff, want to come on the show? I've got a request for Buffalo Jeff to talk to Cleveland, and he'll probably say yes because we're actually friends and he's a good guy and he actually likes me for some reason.
So yeah, we'll do a I'll have Jeff on. I was actually talking to him yesterday. We'll have Jeff on and we'll do a conversation between Cleveland and Buffalo Jeff for you, Nelson. Be sure you're here for that.
How did this make it past QA?
This went through editors.
Like, geez.
This went editors. Somebody approved this. They were like, you know what? Let's just run with it. It's fine. It's all fine.
Why do I feel like it's Pablo Hidalgo somewhere in there?
I wish I could ask him, but he's had me blocked on Twitter for like 3 years.
I'm not blocked by him, but he will eventually, because I literally, if you look up Al from Al's Toy Barn in Toy Story 2, it literally is a fitting, like,
yes,
perfect image of Pablo. So I call him Chicken Man. So he probably one day will get mad at that.
He does look like that. Oh my God! Now I'm never gonna be able to unsee that because my son loves the Toy Story movies.
We also have a little song about how he's in Kathleen Kennedy's pocket.
No, that was Ethan's song. That was not ours.
Oh right. Sorry.
We appropriated
it. Regret nothing.
One day I'm just gonna take and Photoshop his face in the. I'm gonna Photoshop his face in the chicken suit. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't. Disney is well. Let's put it this way. This is, Disney is the same people that came up with Song of the South. I'm just saying. So anything they virtue signal and they try to project. But it's internalized in within their corporate structure and their DNA to be inherently racist, I think. What's up, Subhuman 84? Welcome. Pablo blocked because he looked rough. I'm not quite as intimidating as I used to be, man. I'm like Toby Keith. I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Yes, Nelson. I will hit Jeff up and we'll do that for you, brother. Dave Filoni wears a Walmart cowgirl hat like a bitch. Nano Reaper made fun of me in one of my videos because I was making fun of America Chavez, and I had one of my wife's like cowboy hats on, and he's like, "Don't ever wear that again. Don't ever wear that again."
Dave Filoni is like Jim Ross's gay son that he's constantly disappointed in because he wanted Dave to play for the Oklahoma Sooners,
and that's why Jim Ross adopted Dr. Death Steve Williams.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, I'll tell you what, Dave Filoni came out and JR came down with Bell's palsy. That's all I'm going to say.
On that note, ladies and gents, while I queue up this first topic, why don't you learn how to protect your neck? Welcome to Detroit.
Attack at a West Side gas station.
Thieves target a man because of the gold chain he was wearing. Tonight he's talking with our Tim Pamplin, who joins us from the scene with the Nightcam. Tim.
It was a typical afternoon here at this West Warren gas station in Detroit near Grand Boulevard. Customers coming in, filling up with gas, buying lottery tickets. It was a favourite spot for our victim, Jamal.
Thanks for you.
Customer walks in, shakes his hand, a couple more customers behind. The guy in the black. Pay close attention to him. And his buddy, right behind. They're looking for some easy pickings. And Jamal is their target.
I hit the lottery.
Jamal won $30,000 on the Michigan lottery, bought himself a $20,000 necklace. You see he's wearing it there. He's heard of people getting robbed for their jewelry.
Yeah, it's a thing. So I was just looking around, making sure nobody ain't trying to get my chain,
But they did get his chain. He walks out the store. The suspects were waiting.
So I ran back, tried to get back into the gas station. They had grabbed me, tackled me down.
A particularly vicious attack, punching him, kicking him, getting him to the ground, ripping off his gold.
They took off running and jumped in their car and took off down Warren.
See, that would never. I have relatives in South Africa, and in South Africa, you never wear your jewelry out of the house because you will be robbed, and there are people who will even come into your car to rob you. That happened to like a second or third cousin of mine. So, why was he wearing that in public?
Social stature.
And that's the thing. He won $30,000 and he spent $20,000 on a necklace.
Idiot.
Hey, E-Tap, I sent you something over Google Drive. If you want to maybe play it a little later, it might explain why he was wearing that chain outside of his shirt, out in public. Look, gold isn't a bad investment. So he takes 2/3 of his winnings, and if he would have just held on to that gold, it would be worth more today than when he purchased it, But again, wearing that shit outside, you're wearing your investment, all of your money, you're wearing your future around your fucking neck in a bad neighborhood that's notorious for chains disappearing. So, fuck you, bro.
And let me tell you something. That's Detroit. My dad is a retired undercover Detroit cop. He was a narcotics officer down there. I spent a lot of time working down there. I don't wear my silver down there outside of my shirt. And I've got some necklaces, and I have diamond earrings. I don't wear them shits down there. I wear these bougie ass hoops I have on with the balls that screw on the end of them, but I'm not wearing anything nice.
Respect to your dad, though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he was, and that was back in like the 60s after he got straight out of Vietnam to the
even more respect then.
I hope he slapped someone who called him a
vets
baby
are
killer.
badass in their day.
He Marine.
Even more respect than that.
Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for Marines.
He's 72, and I'm terrified of him still.
These assholes that are sitting in colleges right now indoctrinating everyone, they were calling your dad a baby killer at the time. So, stupid people. That's all. Stupid people.
Stupidity is the real disease, and it must be culled.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it has no cure.
Right.
Yes, it does. It just can't be said out loud on the internet.
Yeah.
No, even that. First off, you never know with the supernatural. You never know, and it doesn't mean that what they've said disappears.
I could deal with a few hauntings. I could deal with a few hauntings. So.
I'm a necromancer, sort of, so you wouldn't have to worry about that.
No, you're not.
Aww, but those are friends.
That doesn't make you a necromancer.
Sadness. Intermediate demonologist
I'm not going to win, so I'll just say, sure.
How come all the ghosts are assholes? Like, I get a traumatic event, okay, but you don't have to go on to abuse. You know, not
Right.
everyone who is abused goes on to abuse. Like, can you cheer the fuck up?
Well, it depends on the spirit. Sometimes in order to go on into the afterlife, they have to leave a piece of themselves behind. And usually that's the negative stuff that happened in their life and around the time of death.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And duct tape's only temporary.
Yeah. Duct tape.
God's just like, leave your fucking baggage down there.
Duct tape is temporary. Hollow points are forever.
I probably shouldn't say what I just thought out loud about what really cares stupid.
No, then you shouldn't say
It involves the brain.
No.
Are we thinking lobotomy or?
Yes.
Yeah.
They'd have to have something there to lobotomize.
Well, this is also true. So, I mean, there's got to be like one, like there's like a little pebble floating, just kind of like pinging off the walls up there.
We could always just go the Edgar Allan Poe road up the Edgar Allan Poe road and commit a premature burial.
True. I was just gonna call the horse fucker to talk some sense into them.
Oh, let's see. Wait, Nano Reaper, 20K shit chain is just looking to get robbed, but that guy got robbed twice. First by the store that sold him that shit, second by the thug that ripped him off. Nano Reaper for the win. Nano Reaper for the win. Nano Reaper for the win. Let's see. Wait, where's it at? Here
you
it
know
is.
How many abandoned buildings you can get in Detroit for that? Shit?
Let me answer that question after I tell Nano Reaper that
You've got to do better.
There, you've got to do better. And apparently Leticia Wright's got to do better because she's not allowed. Okay, so I'm not going to get into the medical side of this because let me preface this for Mama Susan out there because I know you're listening, girl. What's up, Ma? I'm not a doctor.
It's method what death key.
It reminds me of my clip I made about her, which is fun.
Susan, I'm not a doctor. I'm not dispensing medical advice. As a matter of fact, if you have questions about anything medically, you should consult your personal physician, not me. I'm just a guy on YouTube who talks into his webcam and sits here and talks in the microphone in front of a $60 webcam in a pool house. Car video. Sorry, Jeremy. Had to, bro. I had to. Love you.
Still waiting for that from Vegas.
Yeah, he told us he would. We reminded him. He said, "Thanks for reminding me," and then he proceeded to ignore us again.
I reminded him again earlier this week, and nothing.
He was a lot taller than I thought he would be.
How tall is he? I'm 6'3". How tall is he?
Around that.
Is he? Okay.
Maybe around 6 feet.
I would say he's near my height, and I'm 5'10". I think he might be a little bit taller. So yeah, that would probably sound about right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was wearing heels that night.
I didn't measure
he's
anything.
Definitely over 6 foot. He's like 6'3" or something. Then fucking drunk 3 POs.
He's like 6'6", 6'5".
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that dude. Okay, so meeting Jeff for the first time, like I said, I'm 6'3", 235. I'm not a small man. Like I stood next to Jeff, and I'm just like I'm looking up at him. I mean, he's a big dude. Jeff is like 6'7". 6'6", 6'7". He's a big guy. It was funny. Like I come up, I give him a hug. I'm like, I gotta reach up to hug you, bro. I'm like, you're a big dude. But no. So Leticia Wright, are you guys familiar with her the quandary with her right now?
Yes.
So this,
unfortunately,
and this is sad because normally. And it's funny because I made a video about this last year, and I said in the video, I'm making this video for one reason. I said, I don't care if anybody watches it. This is proof right here that I'm supporting Leticia Wright in her freedom, which she came to this country. She's of Guyanese descent. She's an immigrant. She's naturalized, I believe. She's a citizen in this country.
But
she has
thinking like the white people.
That's wrong. She's guilty of wrong think. Now the people that are castigating her, denigrating her, chasing her off social media, calling her every name in the book now, even Don Cheadle dogpiled on her, are the same ones that say we have to believe women, respect women, revere women. And it's like, I agree with all those things, but what you're doing is you're virtue signaling. I don't feel the need to go out and be like, "M'lady," I just act like a normal, decent human being and be a gentleman, and it's like, she has a right to her opinion. You know, this whole wrong think, this leads down this is we're let me put it this way. And this is something that I swear to God, it gives me goosebumps every time I think about it, because we're already in some states at the show me your papers phase. And everybody wanted to say Gina Carano was messed up for the things she said. I'm like, do you see where we're at now? They're destroying.
There is no truth but power.
They're destroying a black woman now, who is somebody who is supposed to be the protected class. They're destroying her because of her opinion.
Yeah. Look at
That's how
Don.
it happens. That's how it starts.
Yep.
Don Cheadle is the biggest bitch. And like, I'm glad Vinny brought up his weird looking neck a couple weeks ago, because damn, like, what's smaller, bro? Your balls or your neck? Fucking.
That would imply that he had balls to begin with.
Yeah. He could have stuck up for his coworker. Like, look, we've all got our own opinions or nothing, but nope, he jumped right on the side of the SJWs and said, I ain't with her, and tried to fucking put her on blast. Fuck you, dude.
Yep. He's you know, we've got one for that. Don Cheadle, if you ever hear this, which I doubt you will, this one's for you. Red Man.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
There we go.
He put a personal, I won't say friend, but co-worker, somebody that he knows and has worked with, on blast over the fucking Twitter hate mob.
Yep. And that's
like,
that's the problem.
What, do you not have enough $1 million? Were you worried you weren't going to get more? Like, grow up. You know, fucking, again, take a stand. You know, everybody wants to take these weak ass stands. Like, you shouldn't kick puppies in the face. Well, nobody's saying you should kick puppies in the face. If you want to be brave, if you want to fucking take a stand, stand up for something that isn't very popular. And, you know, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, Gina Carano, more and more, homeboy in the NBA. Excuse me, I don't watch. Dude,
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. These people, those are the courageous ones. Those are the ones brave enough to stand up for something in the face of adversity. Then you see the Don Cheadles fucking, they run and hide. They shield themselves the moment there's an even any kind of hint that there might be some controversy. So that's what makes me mad the most about Leticia, right? You know, the Twitter hate mob is going to be the Twitter hate mob. But motherfucker, you put your coworker on blast. Like, fuck you.
Yep. And it's disgusting, man. He just threw her under the bus. You know, and that's one thing. That's the thing about Hollywood, though, man. Half these people, they shake your hand and stab you in the back. Let me one real quick, because I want to toss it down to TDS and Raven for this one. Tina Bojan, welcome, man. We are glad to see you here. Tina is one of the most awesome supporters this community has. She is everywhere, like Keely Chow, super fan Adam Shawhan. So many of these names we see in so many chats, and yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. We all appreciate you, Tina. My sketchbook says Tina Bojan in the house. And yeah, so TDS Raven, you what are your thoughts? I mean, do you have anything you want to add to this?
Well, I personally think that the saddest part here is that the thing we see most with this is that the fact is that literally they support, you know, people who are diverse or black or whatever, and then as soon as they say one thing, doesn't matter what it is, that's not what they want, it's like, oh yes, we forget. Like, they were calling, I think it was Dave Chappelle, they were calling him, like, saying that he had white privilege.
Yes.
It's like, are you people like dumb? Like,
yes, they are.
Yes, I know it was a rhetorical question, but like, it's just, I don't get it. It's just,
does anyone?
It reminds me of when a group of white kids chased Candace Owens out of a restaurant, calling her a white supremacist.
Yes.
That happened?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Wow. They chased her out of
Philadelphia.
A restaurant.
It was Philadelphia. Yeah, they did. They called Candace Owens a white supremacist, a house, basically a house Negro. You know, all the you know, Uncle Tom, all the epithets
while
that they like
her a racist.
while calling her a racist at the same time.
That's
Yes.
racist.
And these are white people saying this to a black woman. And they think, and it's like they're like, "Don't try it, Candace. I have the moral high ground." And she's just like what, where
Like,
am
F
I?
you.
Is this What If on Marvel? Like seriously, they're like, it's today on What If, what if white people could just openly call a black woman, racial epithets? Oh wait, they can, because they're insane leftists, and she is considering herself a conservative.
While
It's
chasing her out of a restaurant like it's the 60s.
yeah, it's like, so what you're saying is you want segregation again, and that's what they're pushing towards with this whole for and against the jab. It's modern segregation. They couldn't divide us by race. They tried with the Summer of Love. They tried with St. Floyd of Fentanyl. They tried to divide us by race. It didn't work. We were too we were, well, I say we, some of us caught on to what they were doing. Others set up encampments in Seattle and and called it Chaz and said, "We're gonna live free, man. You're gonna grow a garden on blacktop. That's what you're gonna do, really, Cheech? All right."
Poop in the street and still invest in capitalism at a hot dog stand.
Right? I don't think the anti-capitalists understand what they actually as they talk on their iPhones and shit. It's like, what are you doing?
No, Tom MacDonald said it best in one of his songs. Blaming capitalism, like that's the reason things are tough, while you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks.
That was my next thing. Yeah, as they go to Starbucks.
Tom MacDonald, dude, your music is awesome.
They're mad at the same thing we are. All the corruption. The difference is we want to take power away from the people corrupting things, and they think the solution is to hand them the corruptor's ultimate power. It's fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Leo
I just don't
Rayla.
get it anymore.
Which reminds me, my pronouns are my lord, your grace.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure all Leticia Wright had said was, think for yourself, do your research, like all these other people getting castigated.
Wasn't it Nicki Minaj that just came? No, it was Rihanna. They had that shirt.
Yeah, it was after she had a talk with Nicki Minaj, apparently.
Yeah, she said, "Think while it's still legal." Yeah, I have one more Leticia Wright article, and this is that was from Inverse a couple days ago. We didn't really need to read through that. We knew the crux of that one. I wanted to just check this out right here. This is her response to her.
Yeah,
this
I
is
just
her.
saw that today.
Yep, from Screen Rant and Screen Rant, and I will give them credit when Screen Rant is like one of the kids that I teach in my classes. If you're bad, you'll get punished, but if you do something right, then you get rewarded for it. And when Screen Rant does something right, and they covered What If, and that show, I was like, I'm not gonna do videos on What If, and I did a couple on what I'm like. Every time I hate that. I hated it. It's like, how many ways can you disrespect Tony Stark? But then Screen Rant turns around and is like, the MCU needs to fix the damage they did to Captain Marvel with What If. I'm like, what damage did they do to her? I mean, like,
at least we got a scene in which they all pointed and laughed at her.
That
did
was the best
anyone make
part.
that into a GIF yet?
Yeah, Mr. Bug did.
Thank you, Mr. Bug.
Somebody needs to. Yeah, here, Leticia Wright denies Black Panther 2 set conduct reports. Shuri actress Leticia Wright denies a report that claims she is expressing anti-vaccination views. And that's the thing, is like anti-poke views are anything that's like to the right of communism, basically. It's like, hey, and I say this as somebody, my wife had to get it for her job. But she's like not being like, you have to go get it now, it's to me, like I said, if you want to, God bless you, do your thing. That's fine. I have no issue with that. But body autonomy is something. What happened to women's bodies belonging to them? Does that only count when you want to use Planned Parenthood like birth control? I mean, where's the bar set is all I'm asking.
It's literally my body, my choice is literally only about abortions.
And that's it. It's like, so you're saying that you don't, so doesn't that go against like feminist, it's like that empowerment, and that it blows my mind, because like I said, my wife, is basically the breadwinner in the family, and if anybody by right should be a feminist, it should be her, and she basically laughs at these intersectional you know what I mean? It's like she's like, what are these? She goes, what are they whining about? She's like, I make, I make more money. I've always made more money. And you've never once complained. I'm like, no, it's like, I don't understand, that whole, it's not like it makes me feel like any less of a man. I don't care. It's never mattered. It's not about that, but it's like, she's like, I can do whatever I want to do. I can leave my, she's like, I'm an adult, I can vote. I can, drive a car without, permission from a man, like you can in some countries. Women can't go out of their house without a man. And, but those countries get, applauded. But ours, it's like, I'm so confused because, like I said, the bar and the goalposts are constantly shifting and moving. Hail Tim's talk. What's going on, brother? Hail, welcome.
It's because there are no goalposts. I guess to these people, there is no truth but power. They are bigots. They say they're fighting racism while they push for segregation and for people to judge by race. Don't read this author's book if they're black and you're white, kind of shit. And with women, they're not fighting for feminism. They're fighting against that. They're saying that all it takes to be a woman is some makeup and a high voice, when the fight for feminism was, a woman is more than a birthing person. These people are bigots, and the new strategy is to get the people you're trying to segregate, or the people you're trying to quote unquote oppress, get them on board with these ideas.
Oh, there's our troll. We got our thumb down for the evening. Thank you. We love you. I usually will get like anywhere from 1 to 4 because we have one troll with 4 a maiden and 3 sock puppets. So I don't mind. I love it. It's all interaction. It's all algorithm.
I love using the sock puppet gifts whenever I see people like that on Twitter. I'm like, oh, hello, blah 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 blah.
Tony, I'm sorry to interrupt, brother, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
No, I made my point. We've got to start standing up against these people because they're straight up evil, and there is no winning an argument or quote unquote owning libs. It's these people shouldn't be taken seriously. They shouldn't have a platform, but unfortunately they do.
What needs to happen is dueling needs to return.
Yes.
Yes.
Dueling to the death needs to become a thing again.
Public
that way,
execution.
if you have a disagreement, you can sort it out like adults instead of whiny ass little children. No offense to anyone with children. And whoever dies is the loser. Simple. I miss those days.
What I think is a simpler solution is, how about this? We just start removing safety features because you didn't used to have them, and then people who are stupid died. So if we get rid of the safety features, the people who are smart won't be stupid, and the people who are stupid, well, that'll be their problem.
Charles Darwin must be rolling in his grave right now.
He gave us a solution to all this.
Yeah, natural selection.
Natural selection.
A culling of the weak and the stupid.
And yet here we are trying to
raise up the weak and the stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, why would we do that? It makes no sense.
Because we live in a society that unfortunately rewards stupidity,
and that has devolved.
Yep. And like Thomas Sowell said, he tweeted out the other day, usually when you try to equalize something, you have to equalize down. So they're not like raising the weak and stupid up. They're just trying to make us all weak and stupid.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the crux of a lot of this is like, stay in your homes, don't talk to each other. They close gyms down. What's the best thing for your health, is exercise. That's fresh physical air. And mental, fresh air. A shout out to my people in Australia right now, man. We got a lot of friends in Australia from the channel. Stay strong, guys. We love you guys down there, guys and gals. We
think you might be positive, so we're going to take you to this camp for an undisclosed amount of time.
Yeah.
All right, mate, let me grab me bag.
They're so polite about it.
Yeah. And My husband and I are Jewish. We know how that ends up.
Yeah, that's never went well. That's
Never.
Never has.
ended well.
No.
Never ended well. Nobody with that background. We want to hear. Yeah, we're gonna put people in camps. It's like,
Are you stupid? That is my
no.
response.
My sister got to go to she did a tour of, like, she went to Auschwitz
Ah.
and took pictures, and because she did a whole tour of Europe, and that was one of her things she wanted to do, and she took pictures for my dad and everything, and it was just like, because it was his dad that was born, and it's yeah, it's a very, even the pictures are sobering. It is. And to think now that they're trying to say that this is for our good, the quote unquote greater good. Well, you know what I have to say? I'm sorry, fuck the greater good. That's not what the greater good is.
Nope.
if that's your idea of the greater good, I've got 5.56 rounds waiting that I'm gonna go down with. I'm not dealing with that shit.
Yeah.
No, no.
Take it from the two of us who have ancestors who died in those camps. No.
Yep.
Yeah, and the funny thing about Australia is on one side of the country is where you have like their federal government, their capital, like all the government presence, and then I believe Daisy can correct me on this. The further you move east, maybe west, they don't have the camps. They don't have that. It's government presence.
Mhm.
It really is that makes all the difference. And I don't know, just pray for Australia.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see. Wait. Remember, these dorks grew up, and Leonard Nimoy saying the ends of many, the needs of many outweigh the needs of the few. Yeah.
And Leonard Nimoy was Jewish.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This, I don't like the situation. I don't like hearing that. I don't like hearing that vernacular used. It's just no.
Yeah, it's on the East Coast, and the West is pushing
Yeah.
back the part of the country that doesn't have that massive government presence, and they're doing just fine. They're going to football games and living their lives.
Well, as I
And,
said-
and there's no difference in rates and death rates and this
Mhm.
and that. I mean, they're doing just fine.
Well, look at movie theaters aren't all the way open here yet. People are like, "Oh, I'm afraid to go to the movie theater," but you got 80,000 people at a college football game on Saturday. Over 100,000. All of them chanting "Let's go, Brandon," not wearing masks.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But you're afraid to go to the theater. You know what I mean? Like,
I think their excuse is that it's outdoors versus indoors, which really doesn't make a difference.
not with that many people, it doesn't. I mean, you're talking 100,000 people in.
Retarded.
Yeah, it does that. That's no.
Yeah,
So,
it gets pretty cramped.
yeah. Yeah, Leticia Wright, girl, we got you. We got you. You did nothing wrong. You can have you have the right, the God-given inalienable right to have your opinion. And it's not like she's telling people, no. You do you, girl. This is ridiculous. But what we're going to talk about now, we're going to go into buy or sell. And to do buy or sell, we got to play the clip where Cleveland sings buy or sell. So get ready for the soothing Dorset tones.
It's buy or sell. Buy or sell. And if you crackers don't like it, you can go to hell. I'm Cleveland, buy or sell. It's time for buy or sell.
All right, here we are back over ScreenRant.com. Ghostbusters 4 could be in the works, says star Ernie Hudson. I'm gonna go down to Raven first. Are you going to buy or sell that they're already planning Ghostbusters 4?
Which part of the franchise would Ghostbusters 4 be? Because I thought that was Afterlife.
I think they're counting this would be the sequel to Afterlife.
Oh, then I'm all for it if Afterlife goes well.
All right.
And so far, what we're hearing about Afterlife is the Guardian said that it's too much fan service for the toxic white males, which means it's going to be good.
I was going to say,
Most likely.
Yeah, TDS, it's on to you, sir. Go right ahead.
So I'll buy it because Hollywood is bankrupt with creatively bankrupt, has no creativity, and if as soon as something does well, it's like, well, people might like this. Here, let's go make another one. Wouldn't be surprised if this script was already finished before they even thought of the Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah,
for all
good
we know.
point. That's likely. It's very
So
likely.
well, no, it's not. They would have had to have had Afterlife at least somewhat conceptually designed before that would ever happen. But I think that I think regardless of whether Afterlife is a quote unquote hit, they'll do it anyways. Because if put it this way, they're not going to continue with 2016 Ghostbusters. They've made that very clear. And if that's the case, then Afterlife is the way to go. And if Afterlife fails, well, they got to choose one or the other. I think they'll choose the one that, at least more people were interested in versus the one that everybody's like, well, if you don't like it, it hurts my feelings.
Bingo.
Yep. Tony, what about you, man?
This is Sony Pictures.
Yes.
Sony isn't as big of a studio. Now, Sony makes money, they in their different departments, but they're
mostly music.
Sony Pictures. It's not as big as Warner Brothers or Disney. They don't have as many franchises and movies going, So I remember when Venom was coming out, it was like a big point, and a lot of the Cosmic Wonder, those kind of channels were covering it, because they were talking about the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and they're like, they have all this specifically planned out because they don't want to take heat away from Venom, because they can't afford to have a movie bomb right now, especially after everything the past 2 years. So number one, I think that's one reason they backed off of the Ghostbusters Answer the Call shit, and they're, in my opinion, trying to give the fans, and not just the people that didn't like Answer the Call, they're trying to give everybody something they'll enjoy with Ghostbusters Afterlife. Unfortunately, there are those that, you're either with us or against us. If it's not agenda driven BS, then it's appealing to toxic white people, when we all know that ain't the truth,
Yeah.
But still, with that being said, Hollywood, I can't take anything at face value right now.
Yeah.
So until I see Afterlife, I need to sell this.
All right. So we've got 2 buys and a sell. I'm gonna buy this simply because I think, and I've heard the same thing that Raven and TDS did, that Guardian and other sources were saying it was too much fan service. It's going to be one of those things where you look at it like, say you use a Rotten Tomatoes, even though we all know Rotten Tomatoes is garbage. If there's a huge discrepancy one side to the other from the audience to the critic score, say if the audience score is higher, normally you can say, okay, this is something that I'll probably like. You know what I mean? If the critics are like beating up on it, the trades are tearing it apart, you're like, this is probably going to be a good movie. If they're saying things like toxic white males and toxic masculinity and things like that, yep, this is this is something that I'm going to want to see. I'm looking forward to the Afterlife. I am. I remember doing the trailer reaction like 2 years ago almost, and just I was amped for it. Paul Rudd, the ageless wonder he is, just seems to like bring joy into like almost every role he's in.
There's nothing toxic about him coming through the screen,
No, he's such, and God bless him. Every time he's on like Conan O'Brien's show, he Rick rolls him with the frickin' Mac and Me clip of the kid falling off the cliff in the wheelchair. He's done that. Have you two ever seen that? TDS or Raven, you ever seen him do that to Conan?
I don't think so.
No.
We have seen plenty of Rickrolls, though. My husband even Rickrolled someone over Twitch with bits.
Nice.
That was funny. I did it to Josiah Rises because I was bored. So.
Awesome. Yeah, so I'm hoping Afterlife does well. We need it right now. We're sitting culturally stagnant for a long time, and now we're in a point of cultural decay. And we need to start healing that decay. We need to start giving Americans, not the mutants, of this country, but actual society-loving, order-loving Americans some heroes again, because so many have just been disrespected or rebooted or canceled or so I think it's time we start the healing process, and that begins with sitting around the campfire and telling a story for everybody instead of singling out one person at that campfire to entertain everybody else.
Well, I also think it starts with first the Sonic movie was the start.
Yes.
Listening to the
Sonic.
people,
Yes.
what people
Yes.
want. If people say, we will give you money if you make this, and you go, well, you don't know what you're talking about, and we think better. It's like, okay, then you won't make money. It's not a hard equation to understand.
And Sonic the movie that shouldn't have made money ended up making movie just
And it's
because
getting a
of that.
sequel.
Yes.
One that's already in the works. And
It comes out in
went,
April.
Yeah. We went to see Sonic when it was in theaters.
I did too.
It was good.
There
were even people in Sonic and Shadow cosplay in the theater.
Nice.
My
son, that was the first movie. That was the first trip to the theater we ever got to take him on, and he absolutely loved it. And yeah, he was asking me, is there another one coming out? Yeah, because Tails, and yes, yep. And so it's coming out in April, which is around my birthday. So I was like, well, I'll take you to the theater to see it then, buddy.
Who's voicing Tails again?
So,
Is it Michael B. Jordan or somebody you wouldn't expect?
No, it's Idris Elba. Idris Elba's doing.
Idris Elba is Knuckles.
Knuckles. He's Knuckles. Tails is who the hell's Tails? I can't
I don't
remember.
remember,
Who Tails is.
but it was a very accurate voice for
Look,
Tails.
Jim Carrey, I think he's an asshole. I'm kind of disgusted with the guy.
Yeah.
But I was willing. That didn't matter when I saw.
He was good as Eggman.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes,
when
he
I
was.
when I saw what they were willing to do for the fans, and not Jim Carrey, but what director, the writer, he's like, I hear your guys' complaints. The animation studio went out of business fixing Sonic.
Yep, they did.
Just
And they
because
probably
of that.
they probably gained all that money back too.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I can even look past these people being assholes, because at the end of the day, yeah, we do all have our own opinions, our own outlook on life, and I can accept that. But, when you're not going out intentionally trying to piss off the fans, that means a lot to me these days.
Yeah. Yeah. Being antagonistic to the fan base, especially an established fan base, is very chic these days in Hollywood. Speaking of being chic these days in Hollywood, James Gunn has always been in the forefront of the weirdos and in Hollywood, and he wanted to remake Gilligan's Island with a cannibal twist. Of course, we see the image on the right is from the Cannibal Holocaust, and there's our troll. There he is. All right, what's up, dude? You're an idiot. Bye bye. There we go. He was just here. That's his second bot account.
I'll keep an eye out.
That's two. We've got two down and 2 to go.
Watch how he makes like 5 more just to spite you.
Oh, I'm sure he already has them.
Yep.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I can show you my blocked users on YouTube, and probably 60 of them are this guy's like bots he's made. It's fun. It's fun. But James Gunn wanted to remake Gilligan's Island with a dark cannibal twist. And who would have foreseen this from James Gunn, right?
Why would you want to make a sitcom into a horror show?
Because people can't come up with original ideas anymore. They just want to take things and remake them and change them because that's the only way they can do it.
The modern my favorite is the modern reimagining. It's like when I hear that, my I don't have any hair in the back of my neck and it stands up.
Me, I just puke in my mouth.
It's ridiculous. It's like there he is again. Here he is again. All right, so there's 3. Three blocked accounts.
Yeah, mine took a second to pop up, like you saw him before I did. So I was looking out for him.
That's okay. I got the master. Like I've got the master chat here. So yeah, Frankie knows. What's up, brother? I got to give a big shout out to Frankie knows. What's going on, brother? He said Gilligan's Island. James Gunn. I like Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 lost a little bit of steam, but it was still fun.
Didn't have the same heart.
No, it did not. But he is a weird, odd, gross, just weird fucking dude. I'm not. TDS, you're more you're the therapist here. Give us your thoughts on James Gunn and where his humor comes from.
That's a good one, but you
Way to
kind of
put
put me
him
on
on
the
the
spot
spot.
there. To be honest, his humor's like started to become kind of the standard Marvel humor. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I think that's changing. It seems more often than not now he's missing than hitting, but for once in a while, one will connect. You'll be like, "Oh, ha." That's pretty much it. Like it's funny. I remember watching like some like the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, for example. That was good. That was good. Like everything hit well. And then you watch the second one, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
like how could you mess up the same formula that you created? Pretty much, you know. But he was able to. So.
Yep.
Never underestimate that.
It was also kind of crazy when he went on a Karen rant when the military named the Space Force soldiers Guardians.
Yep.
I think that's an awesome name for space soldiers.
I think it's cool too. It's very apropos.
And even the Guardians wasn't his idea, and he could be like, "Well, it's my own team. It's my interpretation of the team. It's still not your idea."
Yeah, but he's not the one who made the
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly.
And what about guardianships and things like that? They don't have the word guardian copywritten either.
and that just proves who he is. Like,
Yeah.
real quick, detail. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
I tweeted out a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago. Real artists. If you take someone like George Lucas or Steven Spielberg, they're too busy with their own visions and their own ideas to want to take somebody else's and put their own modern interpretation on it, especially in their heyday. That's all James Gunn does. Even Brightburn was just, well, what if Superman was evil? Like, nothing
Brightburn was
is his
actually good,
idea.
though.
I haven't seen it.
It was good.
It was
Guardians
really
was good too, but again, it wasn't really his idea.
I didn't realize Brightburn was a James Gunn. I really enjoyed it.
I don't think he directed it, but he was involved or wrote it or
Did
something.
he executive produce that?
Yeah.
Was the EP on that?
Yeah.
It was a really good movie.
Yeah, I dug it. It was funny because you had Elizabeth Banks was the mom, and she was Rita Repulsa in the 2017 Power Rangers, and then Roy from The Office was the dad, and he was the Red Ranger's dad in the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
And proof that you fail upwards in Hollywood.
Oh, Elizabeth Banks' whole career is failing
Yeah.
upward.
Well, J.J. Abrams is just like a less talented, less funny James Gunn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, J.J. Abrams is the master of lens flares. I mean,
Nana Reaper apparently said James Gunn is weirder than Rob Zombie. I have to disagree. Rob Zombie is an artist. His weird is okay.
Yeah, James Gunn has go away heat.
Yeah, James Gunn definitely has go away heat. James Gunn dressed up like a we all know what that sick being a parent, people like him just and I'm trust me, Tony knows I have and most of the chat knows I have a very, very dark sense of humor. And we make a lot of jokes. James Gunn is just a person though. It's like he would tell a joke and I would love to, he's just I would love to just potato the shit out of him.
He's a pervert.
Rob
Zombie's an artist. James Gunn is a fucking pervert.
Rob Zombie, actually, a few days ago on Instagram, a video was released of a kid in a Halloween costume of Rob Zombie jamming out to one of his songs on that 6-armed skeleton mic. And Rob praised the kid. Said, hey, Hey, I got a successor. How about that?
I've seen Rob in concert 2-3 times. He puts on a fucking amazing show.
And the dude can write horror movies.
Except
he knows
oh,
horror.
except for Halloween. His Halloween movies, I will die on this hill.
Fair.
I wanted to punch him in his mouth after I
And
saw
like
those.
that, in
The
that,
first one I was like, I can almost give the first one a pass. The second one, I'm like, so basically you just went off the rails and were like doing a bunch of coke and found some mescaline from the 60s and we're like, I got an idea for Halloween too, because he admitted he didn't even want to do it. That was a cash grab.
in that regard, though, ETEP, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you think about Rob Zombie directing the new Monsters movie?
Oh, and I watched that show in reruns growing up. I love the Munsters. I used to watch that with my grandma along with Dallas, but that's another story. I'm kind of I've saw that we showed the set pictures Monday night. The set looks good. I'm like, please don't make it like Trailer Park, like Munsters. I'm like, I don't need white trash Munsters. You know what I mean? Like Rob Zombie has a thing, like everything centers around like white trash. I'm like, I don't need that. If he's gonna make it and kind of stay true to the original, okay. Because when he started with House of a Thousand Corpses, I dug it. It wasn't a great movie, but I could see what he was trying to do. Devil's Rejects, I was like, okay, I liked it. You know, I never watched the Lords of Salem or anything like that. I did, like I said, the 2 Halloween movies. The first one, I was kind of like, I mean, the Halloween franchise after part 4 just goes to shite anyway. So I'm like, you know, it wasn't great, but the second one, like I said, I was just totally like, no. But so the Munsters, I guess I have a cautious level of optimism having seen the set. You know, I'm the set pieces look great. Like they look really good. So I'm hoping it's good. I'm really hoping that's good because that
I'm
show
with
was
you there.
fun. That show was so much fun as a kid.
I'm definitely inclined to agree with you, though I do have a little more hope than you, I would say, because I know he knows horror. And
Yeah.
I have this feeling that he's going to respect the source material.
I truly hope he does because it is a very storied past for this show, you know. So and you know, Grandpa Munster and what's his you know, we're in other with
Herman?
Herman, we're in I'm a little buzzed. Car 54, Where Are You as well. You know, so there's that lineage as well, which, you know, that's just my brain, the way it works. It's like, oh yeah, they're in this too. So are we buying or selling that? Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead, Tony. I'm
I
sorry.
was just gonna say, is it a Rob Zombie movie if Marilyn Munster isn't blowing someone in front of Herman?
that'll be what's her name? Sherry Moon will be. You know, he'll have to. That's what I was wondering. Is like, so how's he gonna shoehorn showing his wife's chest off in this one? Is that gonna be
CGI it into a random scene?
You know. I just, you know, it's gonna happen. It's Rob Zombie. He's like, look, my wife's got a nice rack. Here we go. Let's show this thing off, honey.
He could always do like a titty monster, you know.
He did well. Have you?
They do have a dragon living under their stairs.
Yeah, I could see that could be the dragon's eyeballs.
All right, fair enough.
I was thinking, but okay.
We can roll with dragon's eyeballs. So are we buying or selling that Gunn is actually gonna? This will actually happen. This well, he wanted. Could you see who would? Can you see any networks buying this? I don't.
Blumhouse or whatever.
Oh, I hate. I'm. After what they did to Fantasy Island, they should be ashamed of themselves. You know, am I the only one that's seen the Fantasy Island reboot from 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was terrible. It was, you know, Michael Pena is funny, but he's not Ricardo Montalban. You know, you can't. Welcome to Fantasy Island. You know, Ricardo Montalban just had that and Tattoo was the little midget dude. It's not some little Asian kid with a tattoo on his arm that says tattoo, and that's why motherfucking they call him Tattoo.
Stupid.
That was like, I was like, what are you doing to this movie? Like this is not Fantasy Island, you bastards. Let's see. We're running. I want to talk about this then. We'll skip over the rest of this, and we'll go right to our overtime topic here, because this is we talked about it earlier, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and what we thought of part 4. You know, if there was a part 4 possible. So we'll go over here to Bounding into Comics. Big shout out to the gang at Bounding into Comics, John and
They're actually
Spencer.
live now too, I think. So
Probably. Yeah, it's Wednesday night. They usually go live on Wednesdays. Critics reviews arrive for Ghostbusters Afterlife. This article came out today. So we got critics reviews are rolling in. Seen stars Paul Rudd, Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, and Carrie Coon. I'm sorry, I love this part from the freaking thing. This is freaking adorable.
I'm just noticing that the one impaled by the umbrella looks exactly like Pinocchio.
Yep. Yep.
That's uncanny.
that's actually a good picture to use because these critics might as well be Pinocchio at this point.
And marshmallows.
It's terrible. Whoop.
Look at the two of them over here squaring off. This is great.
Grow some spines. Grow some bones. You freaking pansies.
Let's see. On Metacritic, has a Metacritic score of 60 or Metascore 62, 7 positive, 3 mixed, 1 negative. Here's what the critics are saying. Rosie Knight at IGN gives the film a 90. She writes, director Jason Reitman does his father and fans proud with a funny, sweet, and spooky family movie that proudly takes on the legacy of Ghostbusters while also introducing something exciting and new.
That's what we wanted. That's what everybody wanted from a sequel.
That's all we were asking for.
And they didn't deliver until now. Hey, better late than never, right?
Exactly. All it took was 5 years, Hillary Clinton throwing her hat in the ring for to represent the female Ghostbusters, which was funny because the studio was like, don't make this political. And what did they do?
Made it political.
Yep.
I hate politics.
Right? It's like wah wah. Johnny
I'm tired of them.
Johnny Aleksinski at the New York Post gives the movie an 88. He writes, Reitman finds the perfect tone here. He's also skilled at getting genuine performance out of young actors, as he proved in Juno, and balancing humor with stakes, essential for comedy horror like Ghostbusters. The jokes are very funny, and Wolfhard and Grace make life-threatening peril look like a ball. See, I've never seen Stranger Things, so I'm coming in fresh with that cast. Because I like I said, never seen an episode of Stranger Things before. So let's see. Jan Crowther at Total Film gives the movie an 80. She writes, warm, witty, and full of wonder. Afterlife reanimates a franchise without spitting on its grave.
Thank
you.
There's
Thank
a
God.
shots fired, Paul Feig. Shots
Yay.
fired. And Paul Feig is just sitting back on, what did I do? Sherry Linden at The Hollywood Reporter gives the film an 80 as well. She writes, as franchise update, origin story, coming of age movie, comedy, and indulgent FX extravaganza. The feature written by the director and Gil Keenan, Monster House, hits all its marks. Monster House was a fun movie. My kid loves that.
We need a sequel to that. They should do a sequel to that. They make sequels to like these stupidest movies ever, and then it's like you get these one-off amazing movies that you're like, where's the sequel? And you never get one.
I know, Monster House was great.
Yeah, I'm shocked that there has not been a sequel to that.
Sequel should be Monster School.
That would be fun.
Thank you.
That would be fun. I would be all right with that.
Would it be the teachers haunting the school?
No, the school. It's like the school fights back.
Oh, honey, you can do a demon voice. Do it.
No. Why am I doing a demon voice now?
To talk as the monster school?
Let's see.
There.
Nice. I like it. I like
no voice changer needed.
Tony, we need that's see, I can do that when I do my Doom Tap impression.
Greetings, Dominions and Doomentites. It is I, the future ruler of Michigan, with my fluffy kitty, Mr. Beans. I am your overlord, Doomtep.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, bud. I don't need a voice changer. This is all me. This is all natural.
Same with my husband.
Oh, so we got right here. Ollie Richards at Empire gives it an 80. He writes, It's always fun, inventive, and full of charm. If you have any concerns that Jason Reitman's film might sully the legacy of his dad's greatest creation, there's nothing to be afraid of. William Bibbiani at The Wrap gives it a 71. He states, Reitman's direction may be sharp and professional, but that's only in the service of familiar material, so it falls to an excellent cast to make the most of a very repetitive situation.
Okay.
Wait, so the guy making Afterlife, his dad made the original Ghostbusters?
Yep.
Wow, I did not realize that.
You didn't know that?
No. This is the first
Oh,
time
you didn't?
hearing of it.
Yeah, Ivan
Yeah.
Reitman. Yeah.
Well,
Ivan
no
was
wonder
with,
it's turning out to be good.
Yep.
yeah, he was with his son during the writing process, during the directing process. So Ivan Reitman was right there and
Yeah.
involved with the making of this film from the
Well, then
ground
no
up.
wonder it's going to be good.
Excuse me, it will never be better than the 2016 Ghostbusters that was just amazing, and if you don't like it, then you're just a bigot.
Bingo!
Racist, sexist man babies.
Insert bingo
Istophobes.
card here.
Yep. That's what I always say. I was like, what do you, when somebody's coming at me, it's like, what are you going to call me, an ist or a phobe? And they're like, what? I was like, well, you have your ists and your phobes. I'm like, so pick one.
I just tell them usually when they go, oh, this, I just go, yawn. Like, if you're not, I give that like a 2 out of 10. If you're not going to be a little more original, then like, I'm not going to bother replying. Like, you gotta up your game. Be more original if you're going to insult me.
Speaking of games, we got to do this next Monday. I've been teasing it. We'll show. Well, you know what I'll do. Hang on here. We got to play this next Monday. Me, Red, Tony, and Vinny are finally going to keep it sexy with Kenny G. Yes, I do own a Kenny G board game. We haven't played this yet, but we're going to help Kenny G, the world-renowned saxophone superstar, keep his groove through a hectic day. Work together to overcome uncool events, detangle those luscious locks, and avoid rush hour traffic without missing a brassy beat. It's a soothing combo of strategy and cooperation, and it even comes with a wooden Kenny G mover. So we'll be playing that next Monday night. We'll play a round of keeping it sexy with Kenny G. So I found that at a bodega. I had to buy it. I was like, I've never seen a Kenny G board game before. I'm going to buy this.
I think my dad used to play a saxophone back in like high school. He brought it. I remember him finally taking it out of its box after 20 years and not remembering at all how to play it. He knew how to assemble it, but not play it.
Let me see. Hang on. Let me see if it's still on here, because we had a we already have an intro clip for keeping it sexy. It probably sounds something like this. Was it like that?
Worse.
Oh, Jesus. That's bad, because that was a kazoo. So if it's worse than that, then we got issues. Peter DeBruge at Variety gives the movie a 70. He writes, the good news for Ghostbusters fans is Afterlife does nothing to tarnish what has come before. Let's see. Christian Holub at Entertainment Weekly gives the film a 58. Oof, that's harsh. Holub writes, there are some jokes here. I'm just going to project and think this is probably what he sounds like when he's reviewing this, because a 58, this guy's thinking he's probably like, I'm being so witty right now and so edgy. There are some jokes here. Paul Rudd brings little lightness to the proceedings as the kid's science teacher, Mr. Gruberson, but it's hard to escape the overall sensation of, well, a corpse being exhumed. I bet you, I want to look back and see what score Christian gave Ghostbusters Answer the Call.
I guarantee it's much higher.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so progressive, and that's what makes it amazing, and nothing else matters. Oh my gosh. I'm going to crack like a steel orc.
Yep, they have Paul Rudd, like a white male. Who casts a white male in any position of power in 2021? Do better.
Sane people.
Right? It's like you can
People with taste.
cast whatever lead you want as long as it makes sense to your story. The color of the skin or their proclivities sexually or whatever they identify as is secondary to the story. If things make sense to the story and the character, okay, but don't base your entire character on their ethnicity or gender. That's just
I have lead characters in some of my stories that aren't even human.
Exactly. And that's the thing with science fiction. I always laugh when they're like, science fiction needs to be more inclusive. It's like, have you motherfuckers never seen Aliens?
Or Star Wars.
Like, I just mean aliens in general. Like, any movie with aliens in it. It's like any science fiction movie that has like, have you never seen V?
Yeah.
What?
No, they
I have
haven't.
a work in progress that literally takes place on another planet and is about that planet's indigenous people.
Nice.
All from their point of view, and the humans are the invaders.
Okay.
So it's like, yes, there's
These-
diversity in outer space.
These
They
weren't
don't
the
need to do anything
people-
about gender. They have entirely different cultures.
These were the popular airheads and fucking. These weren't the nerds in school. These are the
No.
people that grew up not watching Star Wars and fucking.
Yeah,
They're
I don't-
taking their what they would do and they're projecting it out on all of us. You know, they would make a movie without diversity or tell a story without, you know.
And I don't understand that at all. Why are the people who hate the franchises being put in charge of said franchises?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why are they doing that? Why do they keep doing that?
Well,
am I the
because
only
the-
one who's been thinking it, or am I the finally
No,
or
you're
am I the only
not.
person who's finally said it?
What's
You're
that?
not.
Like
but-
the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say that they're doing it specifically because it's no longer about what the fans want to see. It's about what they believe that we should be watching. And if we're not watching it, then it's not them that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's us. And obviously it's up to them, our moral superiors, quote unquote, to make us see reason. So they're going to force it down our throats because that works so great.
It really doesn't.
And-
It actually has the opposite effect when they force it.
But
Yeah,
the thing
and
is,
actually, it's a good place to say this, just mentioning it briefly. In the next couple days, there's going to be some big news about that. That's all I could say.
we're not their target goal at the end of it. This is predictive programming for the next generation. So
Mhm.
they grow up, you know, like our generation grew up more accepting of gays than the generation before. But a lot of that was kind of in our entertainment. This is predictive programming. So when the kids, kids Trey's age right now get to be our age, this shit is going to be normal to them. And that's why we got to get it out of there, you know. With Star Wars is the perfect example.
Yep.
People keep telling me, no, you have to support the good Star Wars and not support the bad. And then they'll listen. No, they're not. They're doing something very specific, and you've just got to quit supporting Star Wars at all and fucking knock these people out of the fucking game. Disney is not too big to fail.
When you it's like what there's a good line from Iron Man 2 that Anton Vanko says: if you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe in them. So even if Disney can't be taken down, if you can make Disney bleed, people will cease to believe in Disney being the all-powerful, almighty whatever. But again, coming off of the fact that you guys are mentioning, you know, that things need to change, whatever, again, as I said, there is going to be some really big news coming out about that soon. So
Good.
keep your eyes peeled for that. So
excellent.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, in the next
You're-
couple days.
You're right, Daisy. Just, you know, say no to these products.
Yep.
You know, I'm just as guilty. I'll watch something Marvel or something. I got to stop that because it's
same.
literally the direction of humanity, or at least Western civilization, that's at stake.
And that's it, you know, as we were talking about, because I didn't want to watch any new Star Wars, and I caved that one night. I was drunk. I was sitting here by myself, you know, the wife and kid were gone. I'm like, I threw on that Star Wars Vision show and sat through 3 episodes of it, and I was like, what am I watching? Like, this is bougie as hell. Like, I can't watch this shite. Like,
That's why we invested in anime.
Oh, I just started watching My Hero Academia. I'd never.
My Hero Academia is awesome.
You got to check it. I bought the first edition of the manga too. I found one at a bodega. I'm like, oh shit, look at this sitting here. I'm like, I bought it. I'm like, because I'm kind of reading through it with my son. I have like a backlog of comic books I have to read. It's stupid. And then I got to read big. I got to plug. I got a cheap. Well, we'll do that at the end. Screw it. I'm not gonna do that right now. Let me read one more rating here because we're over the 2-hour mark. Jess, Hassinger at the AV Club, what a shock. Somebody from the AV Club gives it a 50. Hassinger states, Afterlife wants desperately to summon the spirit of watching the first movie back in 84. It winds up ghoulish in the wrong way. Yeah, IndieWire gives it a 50. Of course it does. IndieWire is the most pretentious. Ugh. I've gotten kicked off Facebook so many times for disagreements in that comment section. God. Yeah. She writes, Jason Reitman's Ghostbusters Afterlife hits the reboot button once more, this time carrying a familial cinematic legacy, yet with all the nostalgia packed into the picture, its own refurbished identity is slightly compromised, functioning as a mimeograph of what came before it. At least it's not Answer the Call. The Guardian gives it a 20.
Of course they do.
Oh, the Guardians take on it.
Here we can find a damning
Made
summary
for
of
a Phantom.
modern Hollywood's default mode, a nostalgia object drained of personality and fitted into a dully palpable mold, custom made for a fandom that worships everything and respects nothing. Oh my!
Oh, you mean like the other side that destroys franchises?
Translation. You didn't like Ghostbusters 2016, so I'm automatically gonna hate on this because
Yep.
That's what I heard.
It's at 81 right now on the
It'll
Shill
start,
site.
Watch. Once the audience score comes out and it starts to go up, the critic score will go down.
Yep.
Watch.
That's always a good sign.
The fans like it. Quick. Review bomb it. I mean, no. It's only review bombing when they do.
Yeah. That's the problem. It's only review bombing when we do it, you know.
Hey, enjoy the time, because in 10 years that shit's going to be domestic terrorism.
That's what they're headed towards now. But that seems like a good place to cut her off for the evening. Ladies and gents, we thank you for joining us. Let me kick it over to my co-host. Tony, what do you got coming up on the channel over at the Clown World Review, sir?
A Ghostbusters 2016 review. I'm working.
Rest in peace for your sanity.
You have my condolences, sir.
You know, I still haven't seen that movie, and I'm proud. I never will.
Same.
I've watched it. It's shite.
That's being nice.
Yeah,
I am being nice.
Yeah, you just insulted shit.
Everybody. I'm working on a Chucky review right now for episode 1. Surprisingly good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was modern times, you know. They have they have a gay lead, you know, but that's not the lead's defining trait.
Thank God.
You know, and you would think, I heard Tyrus say this over on Fox News. He used to be the Funkasaurus in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, look, when I was in WWE, I knew a bunch of gay guys. And they wanted to be known as a good wrestler, not a good gay wrestler. That shouldn't be people's defining trait. And I think this Chucky show, I think they did a good job with that. You know, it's a modern day show, of course. You're going to deal with modern day people, modern day issues, but the way they blend it all together with what made the original Child's Play movies so great, you know, I really enjoyed. So I hope it keeps up. I hope they can keep the momentum going throughout the season. Can't wait for episode 2. Head over to the Clown World Review. I'll have that up. I'm going to look. Got a lot of doctor's appointments for family and stuff, or I would have had it up today. I'm going to really shoot for like tomorrow afternoon. If not, it'll be up. What is tomorrow? Thursday? Or is it Wednesday?
Thursday.
Fuck, it felt like Tuesday all day. Friday at the latest, that'll be up. So check it out. Put a lot of love into it. Love me some Chucky. I might even review a Child's Play movie or two for Spooktober. Beginning of my favorite time of the year. I love the holidays. I love Halloween. And I look forward to spending it with all of you. So that's the Clown World Review. I love you guys. And TDS, Writing Raven, ETAP. It was a fucking pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Always, brother. Always.
Yep.
Let me kick it over to our guest, first master of the TDS.
So we're gonna have our usual video at the end of this week, our psychosynopsis. Probably gonna be going live on Twitch a couple times. I just made affiliate yesterday. You can find me there at Master of TDS. I just finally got my notifications and points all working. I aptly decided to name my points sanity. So use your sanity points to do stuff. Pay me with your sanity because I need it more than you. Because I'm a therapist. Please need
Yeah,
more.
the OCD clients really sap him of sanity.
Yeah, but you can also find very active on Twitter at Master of TDS. I also have an Instagram at Master of TDS. I don't use it very much. I just have it there kind of as a backup, fail-safe kind of thing. And that's pretty much it. So you can kick it over to my wife now if you want.
Hello. So, you can find me on Twitter at WritingRaven2. You can also join our Discord server called The Clinic.
I forgot that.
We have a link to that on our channel somewhere, as well as our merch store on Teespring.
I forgot that
too. Both of which are linked on our channel banner, as well as my Wattpad account, at Gothic Writer 613, where I have where I have a lot of stories that are well written and involve no wokeness whatsoever. If you guys want well written stories that are actually good and focus on story and not sexuality, because we really need more of that.
Yeah, and I could attest to that fact. Then again, I am biased, so
it's true he is, but no, I have been told that my writing is pretty good. So go on over there to my Wattpad, Gothic Writer 613, if you are wanting to read a good story. And I think that's all I have. Yeah, I just usually like promoting my writing at the end. You're muted.
You're muted.
Very professional of me, right there, ladies and gents. That's a couple. I'm 2.5 glasses deep on my. I'm drinking a 2018 Cabernet Sauvignon this evening, so yeah, I'm keeping it classy over here. I got that as a anniversary gift, and my wife and I were both sick for our anniversary. That's why we miss Horror Hound and miss seeing all you down there in Cincinnati. I apologize. I had to cancel. Trust me, I didn't want to eat a $700 hotel reservation, but I did. I couldn't get refunded on that. That was fun. But yeah, so I drinking my anniversary wine tonight. I appreciate you guys being here, though. Thank you, TDS and Writing Raven. Thank you for spending the Wednesday night with us.
Thank you for having us. Seriously, this was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. We try to keep it breezy. You know, we touch on some serious stuff, but at the end of the day, I may come off as somewhat intelligent, but mostly I'm just a big dumb animal who likes to have fun and watch cartoons and get hit in the head with steel chairs. So, and that's just playing with my 6-year-old. So anyway, it's a blast though. Thank you both, and we will have you back on absolutely if you're available to come back on. So
sure, it depends on both of our schedules, so we will keep in touch on that.
Yes, and I know we all follow each other on Twitter now, so we're good there. And let's see. So what have I got to shill? Okay, so yeah, we've got four new designs coming for Place to Be Reviews merchandise. As you see me right here. All right, I hate doing this, but I'm gonna show my merchandise. We got some Place to Be Reviews shirts. We got the long sleeve tees. We've got the nice cut for the ladies on Teespring. Links in the description to the video as well as the about section of the channel. For Teespring, we got hoodies, tank tops, leggings, and like I said, we got the exclusive Monday night going in raw design. We've got our troll. One of our trolls thought I was Egyptian, so we've got the pharaoh Etep shirt with the headdress and the scepters. It says Place to Be Reviews on it, and let's see what else we've got. I've come with a different version of this. We're going to put on another shirt, the Place to Be Reviews main logo with some graphics on the back. And what else did we do? Oh, we've got this avatar right here, drawn by the lovely and talented Nerium, the creator of this badass book right here, Bonds the Drive. She made my avatar for me, not the Cleveland one. Let me go over here and switch this up right here. This avatar right here.
That's
drawn.
adorable.
Yep, she drew that of me and my son. And the diary is cool. Those of you that aren't new here know that he comes on Monday nights. Usually, he wakes up before he goes from his room to my room. He comes in the office and he has to say hi because he knows Tony, Red, and Vinny. And he jumps on, and Red always tells him diarrhea, cha cha cha, and Trail say diarrhea, cha cha cha. And he sits here and he goes, "It's a me, it's a Vinny," to Vinny Tartamella. And he's my kid is a performer already, but who would have guessed he's my son?
That's
So
adorable.
he does the impressions from The Room too. On one of my videos, he did the Lisa, you're tearing me apart. Oh yeah, in front of the green screen. Yeah, it was great. But him and I are going to start a new channel as soon as I move and get set up. We're going to have an entire wall, a green wall and floor. So we'll be doing skits on that, and that channel will just blow by this one in like 2 days once I start that with him, because people will tune in to see him, not me.
That is so cute.
Yeah, he's my little showman. So we've got that. And yeah, I did a Chucky review. As Tony said, man, was that premiere episode fire. I was sitting back, and it takes a lot for like a fuzzy on my shoulders bugging me. I'm going to brush the shoulders off. No, I got a thing, I'm watching horror, and not a lot of it scares me anymore. And it didn't scare me, but there was parts of the show where I was like, ooh, like that, it just gave you that shiver. And I'm like, that's what that Child's Play, that's what that franchise needed. It needs to be a horror franchise again.
They built great tension in that episode.
They did. The music, and it's Don Mancini who did the original 3 plus a couple of the later ones. And if you look at his IMDb, he's done like a dozen skits, short Chucky films. So he's ensconced, to quote George Costanza, in the lore, if you will. So yeah, I got the Chucky, and right now, actually, I gotta go. As soon as I get done here, I'm getting my other computer, going out, sit in the living room, and I'm gonna watch Batwoman, and I'm gonna have another glass of wine, and I'm gonna type my review up for Batwoman. I'll start producing that tomorrow. I have a busy day tomorrow, away from YouTube. Real life stuff has me moving. So the Batwoman review might be out on Friday. But I know you guys are going to be mad at me, but trust me,
There ain't no fluff here.
That's right, Ma. You tell him, Grace. My
husband is blocked by her.
I'm jealous. I mess with Grace all the time. I kind of dissed her on one of her videos, and somebody came back at me, kind of like gave her the Milady defense, and she heart reacted the comment. I'm like, Grace knows who I am. I'm like, Grace, my entire Batwoman, the review, the intro segment is all Grace Randolph clips set to the Batwoman theme song. Just her and just intelligence. It's great. So right before we go, there we go. Thanks, Grace. But really, no morning show this week because of work. And Friday I have to go on a field trip for school, so I'm taking the kid on a field trip. No morning show this week. I'm sorry, I won't have time. But you'll get the Batwoman review by Friday afternoon. Friday night, I'm watching Halloween Kills. I'll have my vomit bucket right next to me because, like I said, the 2018 one hurt my soul enough to where I wrote a review and sat on it for 4 months before I produced it. And it's still there for you to watch. 31 minutes of me as Cleveland. Enjoy it. Drink it in, baby. What else have I got? Go ahead.
Did you happen to download that clip I sent to you a little while ago?
I did.
Can we play it before Star-Lord? I just want the greater audience to.
I'll play it before Star-Lord. I promise.
We got some Grace in there, so it's all good.
All right, I'll play it before Star-Lord. So that's it. Until next week, I don't have any other single release videos coming out. I'm going to be working on the Phantasm reviews. I've got Vassy. Big shout out to my girl, Vassy Reviews. Go subscribe to her. Her channel link is in the channel section. My quintessential subscriptions, Vassy Reviews is in there. She does wonderful horror reviews. She actually requested me to review Hellraiser Bloodline. So I haven't seen that movie in forever. I'll be watching that. 976 Evil Part 2, the Jim Wynorski version, which Jim Wynorski is famous for low budget horror sequels and just sequels in general. So I'll be reviewing that, as well as all 5 Phantasm films for the remainder of the month of October. That's it. I'm long-winded. I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let me thank this wonderful chat. Keely Chow, Nano Reaper, Frankie Knows. Let's see, we have Daisy Divine. The great one is here. Frankenspine. Let's see. Let me scroll up here. Another Monster. What's up, Another Monster? How you doing, brother? He said, relax, y'all. I'm here now. Thank you for showing up. Parrot Head, purveyor of memes. How did Mean Gene sneak another comment through? I thought we blocked him. Maybe these just aren't removed up here. Leo Raylo. He changed his name back to Leo Raylo. What a dick. I love you, though. Awesome one was here. Unlocking Lore After the Weekend, the Geeky Crochet. Thank you. Metalong was here. Said, let's go, Brandon. That I'll go back and highlight that. There we go. I got let's see who else we got. I'm scrolling up here. Tim's Talk was in the house earlier. My Sketchbook 340. Nelson the Gentleman. I think Zacharot 315 was here. And like I said, Nano Reaper. So thank you all. I appreciate you, each and every one, for spending your time with me, because your time is an irreplaceable commodity. And in my estimation, anyway, you've chosen to spend it wisely. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everybody at the Place to Be Reviews, I'm Etepo Kuian. I've been here with all of yous. Remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. And it's always better to burn out than fade away. And this is Tony sent me this, so here we go.
If you actually think that I was just the right gay guy, gay guy, gay guy, gay guy, gay guy, gay guy,